Hello, YouTubers, friends, compatriots, bootlickers, dead, slave search, peasants, vassals, minions, meat sacks, shoppers. I'm useful idiot. Welcome. And so Macy's has announced they're closing 150 more stores. Of course, in 2024, they announced a revitalization program. They call it a reconstruction of their chain. But of course, the closing of 150 more stores, and there's an attachment below that shows all the states' locations. And they call them underperforming stores, but when you have that many underperforming stores, the writing is on the wall for Macy's. And it's interesting because we've seen continued retail collapse. Of course, Joann closed completely and suddenly, and all those people are on the street. And then Big Lots closed more stores, and then Kohl's just closed another 24 stores. And so retail as we know it is definitely going through transformation. And there's some things that balance it out. Barnes and Noble just announced they're going to open 60 more stores. So it depends on what your business model is. But the factors about this that are interesting to me, of course, is the fact that we're still seeing a lot of traditional brick and mortar stores and a lot of stores that anchor malls closing, and there won't be anybody taking their place. And we're also seeing a lot of big malls closing down across the country. So that business model is dead. But the other part of this, of course, is this going to accelerate moving forward because of the tariffs? Because you have a lot of stores like Walmart and Target that are on the ropes, and they're going to have to really take a look at their supply chains when they get a lot of their cheap clothing and cheap shoes and everything else. These products line the shelves of stores like Walmart and Target, and this could accelerate the contraction of traditional retail. But we're also going to see a contraction because part of the quotient, of course, is people are moving more and more to online shopping like Amazon. But with the tariffs, of course, we're going to see a lot of Chinese dealers that sell directly on Amazon. But then we're also going to see a lot of businesses on Amazon that get all of their product from China, and this will affect that. So we're going to get a double whammy of online shopping contracting somewhat, and then of course all these brick and mortar stores continue to close. So it's going to be interesting moving forward, this new model for retail, and the constriction of Chinese products should affect that dramatically. So I would assume that the tariffs are going to put a lot of pressure on store chains like Target that are already struggling in this market because of the transition and transformation of brick and mortar retail. So anyway, just another example of the dramatic change in the retail market in the United States, with stores that used to thrive like Macy's. They're even closing stores in New York. And so the idea that there's underperforming stores in New York is really writing on the wall. So anyway, retail transformation and or collapse continues moving forward, and I assume in the next year or so it's going to be even more dramatic. We'll be announcing more bankruptcies and more closings. So the entire retail landscape is definitely going to be a whole nother world in 5 years. I'm useful idiot, don't you be one too?